Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Last time, we beat the Panda King and we finished up everything we needed to do in China, and this episode, we're ready to make our way to the final world of the game.
Okay, partner, this is it! A trip to Clockwork's lair!
So we're ready to make our way to Clockwork's lair in China, but before we leave, let's just see what Murray's doing, and this time it's probably the most boring thing compared to everything else we've seen him do throughout the adventure. He's just kinda sitting here reading what I believe is some kind of a book, eating a hot dog. Yeah, it's kinda tame compared to the rest of it. In fact, that hot dog looks very bland. It's not even a single thing of dressing on top. No mustard, no ketchup, no relish, nothing. What a boring hot dog. But let's make our way to Russia and confront Clockwork.
Okay, partner, this is it! A trip to Clockwork's lair!
We were on our way to the Krakkarov volcano in Russia. While looking over what little information I had on the final member of the Fiendish Five, I began to notice something. In the 4 parts of the Thievius Raccoonus recovered so far, several of the pictures depict a shadowy owl-like figure, which looks very similar to the police images of the mysterious Clockwork. Is this a strange coincidence, or is there something I'm missing?
Hey, Sly! The road to Clockwork's fortress is blocked! Do me a favor and shoot out that lock for me, would you, pal?
Yeah, sure thing. Let's go ahead and use our newly gained turret that we got at the end of the last world.
Whoa! Check out all those mines! Think you can blow them away and clear a safe path for us?
So this turret is really only going to be here in this one level of the game, which is kind of disappointing because this is the one thing we got from the Thievius Raccoonus that gets the least amount of screen time. But it's just a glorified turret, so just shoot everything that you see. And that's pretty much all you do in this level. It's just an auto-scrolling shooting level.
Bingo! My scanners indicate the Clockwork is holed up in that owl-shaped tower.
First things first, we've got hostile robo-falcons at 12 o'clock, Sly!
Yeah, that's not a sentence you would hear every day. Hostile robo-falcons. But yeah, just destroy the falcons before they get near you because they do hurt.
That's no tower, it's a giant death ray! Sly, take out those rocks or we're in trouble!
Gotcha. Apparently I also need to charge my controller. That's you can definitely tell I'm playing the PlayStation 3 when that kind of prompt appears.
Heads up! The robo-falcons are back!
Oh man, look at all them robo-falcons. So many robo-falcons. Just keep on shooting and you'll be fine. That's pretty much all you gotta do here. Just pretty much shoot. But the hardest thing to destroy are the robo-falcons because their pattern is kind of annoying to deal with, to be honest. They fly around very fast and very erratic. So you just have to keep on shooting and hoping for the best. That's just pretty much my strategy with it. Just keep on shooting in their area and never keep your reticle in one place. Just constantly move it around.
We're getting swarmed!
Yeah, that's a lot of birds. That's a lot of birds. But just swarm them back and you'll be fine. So constantly rotate your stick, keep on shooting, make sure they don't get anywhere near you. But once again, we got 2 lucky charms coming into this, so we should be just fine. Take down that final falcon and we're done.
Nice shooting, Sly! Looks like we're in the clear!
Murray, that cave doesn't look tall enough for the turret to make it all the way through!
The one thing I don't get about that cutscene is the sound effect Murray makes. It sounds really out of place.
We've got to get through that security door on the far side of the cavern. The only way to unlock it is to analyze at least 60 of those hanging computers.
Would have been easy to get at them if Murray hadn't thrashed our new turret.
Yeah, won't be a problem. I can hack the computer's connection couplings so they'll fall to the ground. Then, Murray will have to run over them with the van.
Okay, and Murray, remember to use our new battering ram by hitting the square button if anyone tries to keep you from those computers.
Murray, there are only 119 computers up there, and these fire slugs seem intent on getting to them before us. The first one to 60 computers wins.
So this is a nice little mini game here, just collecting the computers. That's pretty much it. And this game can be kind of challenging for all the wrong reasons. Because just like Bentley said, there's only a select number of computers here. And it's the first one to 60 to win the game. So we need to hit 60 of these computers before these fire slugs do. And that could be kind of difficult depending where the computers drop. So what I always like to do is I like to swerve around. You gotta constantly move your camera if you're doing this trick, because it's the only real way you'll see where these computers fall before the slugs get to these things. This is one of those more annoying mini games. It's probably the hardest one that Murray has to do in the entire game. But I should mention at this point that this world is the one that's the most radically different. There is not a single clue for us to collect here. All this is pretty much just, for the most part, a lot of mini games, and there's not too much normal platforming. The next segment we'll be going into for this area, it's going to be a normal platforming level for Sly, but for the most part, you're going to be doing a lot of different kind of gameplay styles just like this. This world is definitely the most different when it comes to gameplay. But we just need 2 more computers and then we'll be good to go. Now we just got to figure out where those 2 computers will be dropping and then go get them.
Nice driving, Murray. Now we have enough data to open the security doors. Just past them is the control room to Clockwork's Death Ray Tower. I think it's time for some Cooper thieving and sabotage. Don't you think, Sly?
No, he's just driving straight. That's boring. Sometimes at the end of this mission, Murray will actually drive into a wall because his AI is only programmed to go to the door, and it's really awkward.
Careful, Sly. Those tiles are booby-trapped. You better get out of there.
Hold on. That's Carmelita. She looks trapped.
Serves that cop right. She's been dogging us from the start.
It's just a misunderstanding. We've got to free her.
Are you crazy, Sly? Clockwork probably stuck her there to trap you.
But if I don't do anything, Carmelita's doomed. Besides, stealing just won't be any fun without her.
Sly, your ridiculous raccoon logic sends shivers up my shell. But if you're determined to go through with this, that barrel will undoubtedly help, though I have no idea how you'll get up there.
Dude, a spire jump here, a rail slide there. I've done this a million times.
So, our little platforming diversion here is just to save Carmelita of all people. I don't know what she's doing here all of a sudden, how she got captured by Clockwork, but Sly's very determined to save her. And Bentley is right, this is just way too easy. Why would she be not only randomly locked away like this, but also in a place where Clockwork knows that Sly is going to be making his way through? It just seems to be a little too convenient if you ask me. But we'll just have to find out for ourselves, so we have to make our way all the way to the top platform to get our barrel, since this is the only real thing we can be using. Remember the barrel back from World 1? Yeah, this is the only other time in the game we get to see this kind of thing. We could easily make our way through here using the invisibility trick, but at the same time, if you stand still in this area, you're gonna get shot with a bunch of darts. So you need to use the barrel, otherwise you'll constantly get hurt. So just be very careful and very slow throughout that segment, and then you'll be good to go. And destroying these cans for good measure is always good, just to get yourself some extra coinage.
Sly Cooper. I should have known you were behind this.
You got me wrong, Miss Fox. I'm here to rescue you.
You sentimental fool. Empathy has always been the downfall of the Cooper clan.
I knew this was a trap. Looks like I'm going to have to do some fast and furious hacking to shut down that gas before Sly's brain is turned to cheese. Haven't had to do this in a while. Okay, I use the left analog stick to steer and the right analog stick to unleash my hacker code. Those green data packets need to be destroyed if I'm gonna get at the yellow security code. Uh-oh. Well, looks like I triggered one of Clockwork's security algorithms. Stay sharp, Bentley.
So this level here in particular for Bentley, the hacking mission, this is the only time in the entire game we get to play as Bentley. And as playing as Bentley here, we just have a little bit of a little shmup section. So basically, we need to destroy these little green things in general, which I have no idea what these things are really called besides a computer virus. You destroy these little green viruses in order to break apart the yellow piece, because that will allow us to move on to the next segment. We need 13 of these to beat the level. And Bentley does have a bit of a health bar. The thing is though, the health bar is a little weird in this segment. He does carry over the Lucky Charm, as you can see on Bentley's back. But at the same time, one shot from this enemy here shooting out the little red stars, that is a one-hit KO if you don't have yourself a lucky charm. So, luckily I do have a charm, so I can tank that. If you run into any of these green blocks, you don't die in one shot. As you see there, I ran into one of the green blocks and I lost a portion of my health, but not all of it. So this segment you have to be extremely careful in, just because you can take some damage or you can get killed in one shot. It just depends on what you get hit by.
I'm the best. No code can stand before me.
So there you go. Bentley hacked his way out, and now Sly is safe from the obvious trap.
Sly, I was wrong about you. Break me out of this force field by smashing its base, and I'll make it up to you somehow.
Alright, sure thing. So, we saved her, and she runs away. Thanks, Carmelita. That's definitely how you make it up to me. By completely abandoning me. Yeah. What a good friend. I mean, she's not very much of a friend at this point, but a good temporary friend.
I don't get it, Cooper. I've hunted you for years, tried to throw you behind bars, but when you get a chance to leave me in a cage, you set me free. Why?
Carmelita, we may be on opposite sides of the law, but you're not my enemy. Now, the homicidal robotic owl that built this death ray and nearly gassed us to death, that guy's on my list.
I see your point. All right. Until Clockwork and his evil schemes are destroyed, I suggest we work together.
Together at last. Wait, I need that cane. It's been in my family for generations.
Don't worry, Ringtail. I'll cover you while you get it back. If you can, make your way to the top of the death ray. I stashed my jetpack there before Clockwork nabbed me.
Now that we're a team and all, I'd hate to leave your side.
Hold on. This truce is only temporary. Once we beat Clockwork, I'm coming after you.
Really?
Well, maybe I'll give you a 10-second head start.
So this entire time, Carmelita was chasing down Sly Cooper to arrest him, and now we got a temporary truce. So in this level, we're actually controlling Carmelita and covering Sly to get to the top of this giant mechanical mountain here to get his cane back. But I'm not really sure why he swung at Clockwork to begin with. He knew that Clockwork was a metal owl and he still swung his cane at the thing. That wouldn't really destroy him at all. Wouldn't even do any damage because, again, he's made of pure metal. So good luck with that one. So here in particular, you just have to cover Sly with all the enemies popping out. But I'm also taking the livery whenever I have some downtime to shoot these little pillars here at the very top. Because Sly is going through this area here at the end anyways, I figured throughout the level, shoot these things down now just to make things a little bit easier and quicker as well. Because during this segment, there's going to be more and more enemies chasing down Sly. And any moment here to get Sly ahead, you definitely want to take. And there you go. He's at the end of the level, and Sly got his cane.
Nice job, Raccoon.
There's Carmelita's jetpack right where she said it would be. The magnetronic support field for the death ray got destroyed as you were making a run for your cane. You'd better hurry. This whole thing is about to fall apart.
I'm on it.
So, just like Bentley said, we gotta move it, because this level here is on a timer. The more we get into this level, the more the lava rises. You cannot wait here at all. So, be on your toes in this one.
It's sinking fast. Climb, Sly, climb.
Yeah, Bentley's really nervous for us, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and select, where is it? There you go, select fast. And the reason being is because I just want to make things a little bit quicker when we gotta wait around.
Slash through those gears with your cane. You've got to keep moving.
I don't know how that one makes sense. We can actually stand on top of that pillar there in particular. I don't get that. How do we stay on top of the moving gear made of very, very pointy metal? That would hurt. But Sly can just easily just do a spiral jump on it and have no issues whatsoever. And we don't get hurt at all, which makes no sense. But this portion here in particular, very nerve-wracking because your spiral jump can sometimes home in on the little blue glowing point that's near the bottom, cause you to fall off and sink in the lava. And I don't get that. It's one thing I'm really not a fan of this portion of the level, so you gotta be really careful. But here, gotta wait for these little pieces of metal to electrify themselves real quick before you jump, otherwise that's gonna hurt. And same for this. You gotta wait for the electrical barriers to stop and then move your way up. I didn't see that one was still lit because it was off camera, but not too big of a deal. Well, that sucks. I'm literally at the end, too. Come on. There you go, Sly. Just take your time a little bit. I barely missed that jump before. It really makes me mad. We were right there, too.
Okay, that jetpack is easy to fly. Use the left analog stick to aim and steer, and press the square button to fire its rockets. Sly! Behind you!
Sly Cooper, you have escaped my gas chamber and destroyed my death ray. Remarkable. You Coopers always find a way to beat me.
Always? So that was you in the background of all those old pictures in the Thievius Raccoonus. How old are you?
Perfection has no age.
What? You're immortal?
Revenge is the prime ingredient in the fountain of youth. I've kept myself alive for hundreds of years with a steady diet of jealousy and hate, awaiting a day when I would finally eclipse your family's thieving reputation.
Sly! My missiles don't hurt him but seem to create holes in his armor. Shoot into the gaps I create!
So now it's time for the final boss of the game. This is Clockwork. We cannot damage him until Carmelita shoots one of his areas and makes it weak.
My intellect is refined. My experience is greater.
So throughout this fight, Clockwork is going to taunt you. And that's more or less just to try and distract you. What you need to do is constantly move around, wait for Carmelita to shoot him, and then wail on that body part that is now exposed.
You're the weakest Cooper I've yet encountered.
And we should be able just to whack his wing here.
You can't dodge me forever.
I can dodge you as long as I want, Clockwork. There you go. First phase of the fight is done.
Nice shooting, Sly! You got him! Wow, that's one tough owl.
I don't get it. You're so familiar with my family. You must have known my father had a son. If you hated the Coopers so much, why did you let me live when you stole the Thievius Raccoonus?
Because I wanted to show the world that without your precious book, the Cooper line was nothing.
Ah, well, there's where you're wrong. The Thievius Raccoonus doesn't create great thieves. It takes great thieves to create the Thievius Raccoonus.
Enough, Sly Cooper. It ends here. I will finish you like I finished your father. Then the Cooper line will be erased and the only master thief will be Clockwork.
That's what you think, Clockwork.
My skills are superior.
So, now into phase 2 of the fight. This one actually I feel is easier than the first phase. What you need to now do is you need to dodge him whenever the little rotating pieces of metal, I don't know what the heck they're called these things, all the rotating circles just fly your way. You just gotta fly in the center. The hitbox sometimes is a little weird in these things because sometimes you be in the middle and you'll still get hit, which doesn't make too much sense. So just be careful of that. But you still have to wait for Carmelita to shoot Clockwork to make him weak, and then just hit that weak spot. And it's very similar to the first phase, but I find these shots to be a lot easier to dodge than the shots from the first phase, because these are a lot more telegraphed, and they give you more time to react. But we just have one more weak spot we need to hit on Clockwork, so one more cycle of dodging. Well, hopefully, as long as we don't miss our shots. And then we'll be able to take him down once more. So let's go, Sly. Shoot that wing. And there you go. Phase 2 done. There's only one more phase left.
Now's your only chance, Sly! You've got to get to his head and destroy it before his auto-reconstruct circuitry kicks in!
So we gotta get moving. If we don't hurry, Clockwork will get back up and start fighting again. He is weak, and he's too weak to really fight at this point, so he lets the level do it for him. At this point, we got one last little area of platforming to get through to get to Clockwork, and there's a lot of lasers around here, and not just ones that can detect you, but also ones that will hurt you. So you gotta constantly be moving in this segment here. So let's wait here, and I'm gonna do a little risky jump, which definitely paid out. And now, let's just make our way to Clockwork and wail on the head to finish this fight. Just keep on wailing, and he'll be dead in no time.
Cooper! You will never be rid of me. Clockwork is superior.
That's what you say, but I say otherwise, Clockwork.
It took some tricky maneuvering, but I managed to snatch that last piece of the Thievius Raccoonus from Clockwork's claw. I had taken down each member of the Fiendish Five: Raleigh, Mugshot, Ms. Ruby, the Panda King, and finally Clockwork. I'd beaten them all one by one and reclaimed my birthright. Of course, there was no way I could have gotten here without the help of my pals. I know this hasn't been easy for them, yet they stuck with me through it all. Murray, boy, it took a lot of guts for him to get out in the field with me. I know he was scared, but he's got more heart than anyone I've ever known. And thank goodness for Bentley. Without his expertise, I'd have never found my way off that rooftop in Paris. A guy couldn't ask for a better gang of friends. Who could ever forget the lovely Carmelita? Looks like we're not going to be friends anymore. Now that Clockwork's death ray is out of commission, we're back to playing cops and robbers. I thought for sure she was going to slap the handcuffs on me right then and there. But instead, she was true to her word and gave me that 10-second head start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I felt bad leaving her stranded on that giant rock, but I knew it wouldn't be long before we'd see each other again.
I hate to tell you this, Sly, but the Thievius Raccoonus isn't fully restored. You're gonna have to go back and unlock all the vaults to find the pages you're missing. There is some good news, though. A friend of mine in Japan just sent me this really cool movie. And guess what? It's all about us!
What we're about ready to watch is the Japanese intro of Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. The Japanese version of this game has completely different drawn cutscenes for the entire game, and once you do beat Sly Cooper, you unlock this video of the Japanese opening. So, this is all going to be in Japanese, obviously, but this is the exact same opening that we got here in the American release of Sly Cooper. So, it's okay if you can't understand what they're saying in this cutscene, because it's basically all the same stuff that they do say in the English script. So, with that said, hope you all enjoy watching this cutscene.
いやー危なかった。ま、カルマリータちゃんには悪いけど、今回も俺様たちの勝ちだ。このデータファイルがあれば、父ちゃんの仇が撃てる。あれはまだ俺が子供の頃だ。よく父ちゃんの膝の上で遊んでたっけ。俺様の一族は代々伝わる義族の家系。そして受け継がれた技をまとめたのがこのラクーナの秘伝書。その洗練を極めた忍びの技。だがそこには必ず守らなければいけない厳しい掟があった。義族たる者、名誉にかけて狙うは悪党のみ。善人からは奪わない。ところが俺様が秘伝書を受け継ぐことになった夜、突然5人のギャングがやってきた。奴らは俺を守ろうとした父ちゃんを、そしてとうとう見つけ出してしまったんだ。大切なラクーナの秘伝書を。奴らは俺様の全てを奪いやがった。きっと中に書かれた技を使って悪いことをしでかすに違いねえ。そして俺様は一人ぼっち町の孤児院に入った。だがここで素晴らしい仲間に出会ったんだ。天才発明家、頼れる相棒ベントレー、そしてマーレ。食いしん坊でちょっとドジだがまあ憎めない弟分さ。仲間と一緒に俺様は父ちゃんの仇を討ち、そして秘伝書を取り返す。クーパーの名前に恥じない義族になれるか、それとも失敗してご先祖の顔に泥を塗るのか。さあ俺様たちの運命はどっちだ。
So that was a nice little look at how cutscenes could have been in this game, because those cutscenes, it basically is how the game's presented in the Japanese release of Sly Cooper. So they definitely got a much better animation budget, that's for sure. But we are missing one last page of the Thievius Raccoonus, like Bentley was saying. We need to go back and unlock all the vaults. And the one we can actually interact with now is back in China. Remember there was that one vault we couldn't open because it was in owl speak? Well, now we can open it back in Duel the Dragon. So I'll meet you guys at the vault. Alright, we made it back to the vault, so let's see what's inside.
Press the circle to enter the vault code. Multiple blood vessels burst in my brain while figuring this out. The code had better be 231.
Ah, 23 is number 1, Nintendo's favorite number scheme. Let's go ahead and enter that code and see what the final piece of the Thievius Raccoonus has in store for us.
Amazing! Colonel Reed Cooper's time stopper technique. Press the triangle button and execute a flashbang that will stun all guards in the world for a few seconds. I can see how this might be useful and entertaining too.
So that is it, our final page of the Thievius Raccoonus. We have officially 100% completed the Thievius Raccoonus.
At long last, the Thievius Raccoonus restored to its original state. The first time I held the whole thing under my arm since I was 8 years old. The same weight that all my ancestors had felt beneath their arms as they had passed it on. Although, while other family members may have been great thieves, they all inherited the book. I got a chance to earn it. I had taken down the Fiendish Five, having used the moves my ancestors taught me, and become a master thief along the way. The time had come for me to chronicle my own adventures into the great book. This is gonna be fun.
And thus, that concludes Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Now, if you look at the percentage of this game, we're not at 100% completion just yet. And the reason being is because there are time trials in this game that also count towards your 100% in this game. I'm not going to be showing that off in this video, and that'll be a bonus episode to this playthrough, simply just because of the fact that you don't really need to do the time trials if you're not caring for bumping up that number, because it doesn't really do too much in the hindsight of things. It just unlocks some extra concept videos, and that's about it. So you do those only if you want to see some of the extra behind the scenes things in Sly Cooper. And I should mention, they actually play the credits twice in this game. Luckily for you guys, we skipped them the first time. You get to see these credits when you first beat the game, and you get to see them again after you complete the Thievius Raccoonus. But overall, I've really enjoyed my time spent with Sly Cooper 1. This game is a great game for the PlayStation 2. And if you have yourself either a PS2 or a PS3, I recommend picking up this game. It's a lot of fun, and it definitely grabbed me the second I started to play this. This is the kind of gameplay style I can definitely get into, because you have a lot of sneaking elements from games people are familiar with, like Metal Gear Solid, but you have a lot more action-based elements from other kind of platformers like Crash Bandicoot. So this is a game I've thoroughly enjoyed, and I'm very glad I got to share that experience with all you at home. So I hope you enjoyed this playthrough of Sly Cooper. And next time we meet, we'll be taking a look at the time trials of Sly Cooper and that extra move we just got from Thievius Raccoonus. I'll see you guys next time.